Oh my God, about 5 minutes before this video was supposed to go live, I remembered that I forgot a very important tip and I couldn't live with myself unless I told you. Here it is, man. Rip tides are real, very dangerous. They kill many tourists every year. There's not always lifeguards on the beach. Matter of fact, last year, not my best friend, but a friend here in La Fortuna, his wife got caught in a riptide and she died. All right, it is no joke here. So basically, if you can't swim back in because the ocean's pushing you out, you're probably caught in a riptide. You want to go parallel to the beach, either float parallel or out a little bit, or swim parallel until you get out of the riptide so you can come in. Do not fight it; you won't be able to get in. So they're serious. Whew, glad I remembered that. All right, let's start the best travel tips for Costa Rica now. All right, guys, you're coming to Costa Rica, vacation in Costa Rica, and it's coming up, and you've been so busy, you haven't had time to research. You've heard Costa Rica is beautiful, and it is, but you don't know the culture, you don't know the travel tips, the do's and the don'ts. This video is for you. After this video is done, you will be ready to visit Costa Rica stress-free. This video is going to save you frustration, probably a little money, and you won't have to watch any other video on the subject. So when you get off the plane, you'll know what to expect, and all that in a minute. Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, so go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to the vacation of a lifetime with like you, having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And even if you're never going to watch another Costa Rican video again, help a brother out. Hit the subscribe button. But if you do want to see the videos as we put them up, we talk about a lot of things here. A lot of interviews, living here, traveling here, all kinds of stuff. Hit the notification bell. All right, get out your coffee, get out your notepad. We're ready to go. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no sequence. These are random, so it's not from the best to the worst or any of that. So when you think maybe in the middle, you're going, well, this is boring. Keep watching, gets better, and you need to know this stuff. All right, let's first talk about packing real quick. You're packing to Costa Rica, man. This is beach, this is fun time. Pack light. What's that mean? I don't know. You know what it means. Pack light for you. Unless you're coming down here for something super specific and you need certain things, pack light. Matter of fact, underdress. You don't want to draw attention to yourself down here anyway, and leave the jewelry at home. If you're going to be in San Jose area and Central Valley, you might want to pack a little light coat. Might get a little chilly depending on the time of the year. But other than that, you're kind of bumming it around for the most part. And again, unless you're in San Jose, maybe you're going to a club or something, you might have to wear that button-down shirt. But let's think underdressing a little bit, all right? We're not dressing to impress. All right, you're going to want to upload the WhatsApp and Waze. Waze is the directional stuff, it's like Google Maps, but better for down here. It works very good down here. Matter of fact, sometimes I'll question Waze when they say, take a left here. I'm like, you don't take a left here. Well, they're telling me that because there's some big construction going on up the road. I haven't listened to them before and I got burnt. So Waze works wonders down here, so you want to download that. WhatsApp is the thing down here. Everybody's on WhatsApp. Every business, every restaurant, every bar, every tour guide, everybody. That's how you're going to communicate down here. Get WhatsApp. Because I haven't been in the States in 17 years, but I don't think it's a thing really in the United States, but it is a thing here. WhatsApp, download it. All right, when you're planning your vacation, or who's ever planning it, tell them don't try to see everything. You can't now. I can't remember if it's West Virginia or Virginia, but let's just say Costa Rica is kind of small, 5 million people. On the map, you're like, I know we could go here and just take a day. No, you can't. You're talking mountains and sometimes bad roads. You're talking 5 hours to go anywhere. And if you put too many locations in your itinerary, you will be seeing Costa Rica from the window of your car and you will not find it an enjoyable experience. So Choose accordingly. Do not go, hey, let's go to the Caribbean side. No, honey, I want to do Tamarindo too and crisscross the country. It's not going to work. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right? So not too much. The best way to travel Costa Rica, in my opinion, there's other ways, but I think ATMing your way around the country is best. Forget the lines at the bank to exchange your money. You don't need to do that. You can just use your card and just say charge it with colones. Now, why colones? Because the exchange rate is in there. It's not to your favor. So even if you're using dollars, you're going to get a bad exchange rate, and you're going to get kind of not cheated, but in some places, yes, cheated. So ATM your money out. Now, the biggest important thing you want to understand about ATM, always use the ATM in the location you are. Don't go, well, we'll just wait till we get down there. Well, guess what? Down there may not have an ATM that's working, or there's only one and it's not close to you. So trust me on this. Do your ATM when you think about it in the place you are and not the place you're going to. And remember, colones, colones, colones. Yep, bring a little cash. That's fine. Bring a little cash. But ATM your way around, a lot better. Oh yeah, and you obviously alert your bank. Alert your bank. You're going to be using your card. You don't want to have that issue. That kind of sucks. You got to call somebody up and go, you know, please let this transaction go. So make sure you get a hold of your bank. All right, this is the only promotional thing I'm going to be doing on this video, but I think it's hugely important. Renting a car. If you have done any bit of research on Costa Rica, you should know that renting a car scams are real. It happened to yours truly 15 years ago. Why is it a scam, Michael? Because the price isn't the price. They weren't transparent. And when you go pick up your car, there's a lot more little fees that you didn't know about. The deposit is bigger. You can start off your vacation on a charge with like a deposit. It might be $2,000 for the rental car. And you know what? You go in there, you know they're scamming, they know they're scamming, they know that you know that they're scamming, and you can't do anything about it. What are you going to do? Walk out? You're in a foreign country. What are you going to do? You're going to get the car. So I can save you from that. Go to travelcostaricanow.com, scroll down, fill out the quick car rental form. You will get the car you asked for. The price will be transparent. The price is the price. When you go to pick it up, that's the price. Service is good, and they're newer cars. All right? You can always go on the internet. You can find a cheaper rental car. Always. You can always find a cheaper something. But trust me on this. Trust me on this. You do not want to learn this the hard way. And anybody that watches this video that has done the rental car, service down here, they will tell you, that you got to be careful. So I can help you out. I know a couple guys. It took me a long time to find honest people, So these people are going to hook you up, and you don't got to worry about it. Totally stress-free. All right, I want to talk a little bit about high season. High season versus low season. Now everybody talks about high season. And everybody seems to know starts around, let's say, the middle of November, and it goes to like the end of March. It's during Christmas and New Year's, and that's when tourist season is really, clicking along in Costa Rica. That's when everybody comes. That's when the prices are at their highest, all right? Now, the high season, it's almost like the marketing of Costa Rica in high season, they're almost a victim of their own marketing. Because there are other times of the year are good in Costa Rica too. People, when they think of, when I say rainy season, what do you think of? You're thinking, oh my God, there's monsoons every day, all day. It's raining all the time. Can't go to Costa Rica during that time. That would be dumb. Let's go to the high season. Well, okay, so here's how it goes. First of all, you have to know that Costa Rica has a lot of different microclimates, all right? Different weather patterns. So it's just this way from November to March is a misnomer. Yes, in a lot of places it is. That is the high season where there's not too much rain in a large part of the country. But guess what? I live in La Fortuna. We're actually on an opposite weather pattern where we actually get more rain during that time. All right, but anyway, so the thing about coming during, like, let's say the rainy season, is you are going to save quite a bit of money just because there's not as many people. And that's the other thing, there's not going to be as many people on the beach, not so many people on that tour. So if you're kind of like me and you just don't want to see tourists, you know, I don't know, every 2 feet wherever you go, rainy season might be for you. So the other thing about, let's say the rainy season, let's see, I've got a lot of notes on this, guys, sorry. So the transactions happen around April. So supposedly the dry season starts turning into the rainy season in April, and then November it starts going from the rainy season to the dry season. And like I said before, in September and October are supposedly like let's say the winter months here, the rainiest of seasons here. But guess what? That's true in like a large part of the Costa Rica, let's say for instance the Pacific side. But if you go to the Caribbean side down in Puerto Viejo, it's actually some of the best weather during that time. And the reason I know that is because La Fortuna is on the same weather pattern as Puerto Viejo, and our weather tends to be good in those months too, when supposedly it's supposed to be bad. All right, so a couple of things also with the supposed rainy season. September, October is turtle season, man. If you've never been around the turtles when they're, you know, coming up to do their nests and such, man, hundreds and thousands. I think they call it I forget what, a reba. I can't say the word, but it's pretty fascinating to watch, and that's during September, October. The humpback whales are out during August, September, October. They're kind of around all year, but they're mostly during that time. I don't know if it's a mating thing or whatever, but the humpback whales is August, September, October. Now, the thing about coming during rainy season, or you got to be awareness of different weather systems. Like if you know that the Caribbean side is good in September, October, that's good to know. You also need to know your travel route, because you could be going from, like, let's say a Caribbean side to a more rainy, you know, part of the country at that time, and you kind of want to know what you're getting into, so you're going to want to pay attention to your travel route. You're also going to want proper transportation, which is pretty much a four-wheel drive for various reasons. You could come across, you really could come across washed out roads and landslides. That is a thing here. And maybe there's an accident where you have to just go off a little bit off the road into, like, maybe, you know, the wet grass, and just a four-wheel drive is going to work much better for you in that kind of situation. If you're in a rainy part of Costa Rica during that time, you probably want to stay, and you're watching the weather and it's raining a lot, but you just stay close to your accommodations, you know, so you don't have to venture out too far. All I'm gonna say is the rainy season is beautiful here. It's freaking beautiful. So I don't know how this rainy season got to be like, don't go during rainy season. And the other thing is, it's not raining all day normally. It's usually beautiful in the morning. It's beautiful in the early afternoon. You can do your tours and go to the national parks early. Yes, it might start raining around 4. Yes. So again, rainy season, supposed rainy season. Just remember, we're going to save a lot of money going during that time, and a lot less people. But you do got to kind of do your homework on that one to make sure you know what's going on in regards to the weather. Oh, and I don't recommend you driving in the dark. All right, don't drive. It gets dark around almost 5:30 exactly. Every day here, 365 days a year, you do not want to be driving Costa Rica in the dark. You just don't. I've got those videos. All right. Okay, now you landed in Costa Rica. One of the first things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a picture of your passport, the information page, but also the stamped in page. When they stamped you in, that's on another page. Take a picture of that as well. You might want to email important documents to yourself, like that stamped in page. You never know, something could happen to your phone. You could lose your passport, all kinds of little things. So you want various other methods to be able to have that information available if you have to. Emailing, I would also encourage you to If you could find a place, which you could, just to make a hard copy of your passport, and again, the stamped in page can be very helpful. You don't want to carry around your passport normally. The only place you have to have your passport is in the bank. Even the policemen have to accept a copy of your passport with the stamped in page. So the bank's the only one that you have to use your hard copy of your passport. Everywhere else, you can use copies. So when you're going out on your tour, lock your stuff up in your hotel in like a lockbox. Don't be carrying that stuff around. All right, so you also want to, one of the first things you want to do, you want to make sure you have internet when you're traveling around Costa Rica. So you're going to want to get a chip in your unlocked phone, all right? The phone companies down here, I've actually got videos on this as well. You're gonna hit a place called Colby or Liberty, Movie Star, or Claro. Okay, they'll give you a chip, and then you're gonna have the internet and do your little WhatsApp stuff and all that. It's gonna be very beneficial. You want internet as you're traveling around. It's not always gonna be working. Maybe when you're up in the mountains or whatever, but all in all, it's gonna be a good. I don't know, what is it, $10? It's not very much to get the chip. So, but yeah, your phone has to be unlocked. All right, let's talk about crime real quick. It used to be a thing. People used to think there were robbers around every corner in Costa Rica. I used to hate that. People used to ask me, is Costa Rica safe? Yeah, well, is Chicago safe? I don't know. It's really safe here. Most of the crime that would happen to you as a tourist is a crime of opportunity. The odds of you having a violent crime perpetrated against you is almost nil and none. I guess it can happen. Of course it can happen. Does it happen in Chicago? Yeah. New York City? Yes. All right. But by and large, it's crimes of opportunity, which basically means you left your laptop on in your rental car, or you left your cash out in your hotel room, little things like that, So common sense is going to rule the day on that as far as crime. You're not going to be wearing your jewelry. You don't need to bring your diamonds here. I said it before. Jewelry, keep it at home. If you're going to carry around when you're going out, front pocket for your wallet. Don't carry a whole lot of money. You're going to be dressing down, like I said. Keep your important documents and stuff in your hotel room locked. All right, so if you just do a little common sense, you are not going to get ripped off. Almost every sad story you hear about crime with, they took my money or my passport. I don't want to say that I'm going to blame the victim. I'm just saying the victim probably could have done some shit to save themselves from that. Let's just go with that. So again, common sense is going to rule the day. I used to bag on San Jose all the time. Don't go to San Jose. Get out of San Jose as quick as you can. Well, you know what? All right, I'm getting older and nicer. Don't necessarily skip San Jose. Maybe you want to go to the clubs one night. Maybe you want to go dancing. They have walking tours there. There's a place called Barrio Mon, which is way cool. It's all the old coffee baron mansions that have been converted into restaurants. There's nice restaurants down there. I'm not saying I would spend a bunch of nights down there personally, but if you're there a night or two, you're going to be all right. And it's kind of a cultural experience as well. So you don't necessarily have, and they got a little tourist section down there where you can blow your money on overpriced clothing and stuff, and restaurants and little casinos around, and it's a really great place to do some people watching. So if you're stuck in San Jose, take advantage of that day or two. So you're not necessarily in a bad situation. San Jose's okay. All right. All right, tipping. Don't feel obligated to tip. All right. I've said it a million times. The service here usually is mediocre at best in most restaurants and bars. Sorry, it just is. Yes, you can find good service sometimes. It's not consistent. And they add 10% to your bill anyway. It's called a service charge. That goes to your waiter. That's usually about all they usually should be getting at the most is 10%. That's not always on the bill, but mostly it's on the bill. So you're gonna have a 13% sales tax and you're gonna have a 10% service charge. All right, so that's kind of their tip. obviously you can give more. And you know what? You're not even going to really listen to me, you people from the United States. You're going to feel so bad. Should we tip him? I don't know. Should we tip him? I think we should tip him. Yeah, we got to tip him. Yeah, but he wasn't that good. But yeah, we got to give him. I know how it goes. You're probably going to tip him anyway, but you don't have to. It's on. It's the 10% is on there. But again, do what you want to do. Taxi drivers, never tip them. They deserve their own ring in hell, if you ask me. So never tip a taxi driver, but you should probably tip a private driver, especially if he's stopping his car to show you, so you can take the picture of the sloth. And I would say the guides that do your tours may deserve a tip. So yes, tip those people. And just keep in mind, Ticos, that's what they call themselves down here. Ticos don't even tip each other. I mean, what's that tell you? All right, so, but just don't feel obligated. I guess that's my major point in that. Hey guys, prostitution is legal here. People don't like me saying that. You're just promoting, against women. I provide information for people traveling down here. I don't make the rules. I don't make the laws. If you want to change the laws, that's not me. You gotta go to somebody else. Prostitution is legal, but I'm assuming, that most people that want to go the prostitution route have probably done it before, and I probably don't need to tell you too much. Obviously, you play at your own risk, all right? And that's all I'm going to say about that. We made a prostitution video, I think, about 10 years ago. I don't know, it's got hundreds of thousands of views, I think. You won't recognize me, but it's got all, if you want to know about this particular subject, I'm going to put the link in the description of this video, and you can go see what I looked like a long time ago and get all the information on this subject that you want. Drugs. I'm not promoting drug use. All right? So, but again, informing. When you're talking about places like Jaco, Malpais, Puerto Viejo, Fortuna, Tamarindo, you can find pretty much what you're looking for there. Pot isn't really a big thing here, but still, you know, again, at your own risk. Coke is a big thing down here. That's usually the two drugs. When you're talking about stuff like ecstasy and other maybe drugs like that, you're probably gonna have to know somebody, I think, or whatever. But Coke and pot, pretty available, pretty easy to find in most places. Ask the bartender, the taxi driver. But again, this is at your own risk. I'm not promoting this. I'm just saying how they handle it. If they found marijuana on you on a small part, it would be nothing would happen. They might take it. That's about it. I think I've told this story before. I had a friend leaving. He had, I can't remember the amount, but it was quite a bit of pot. It wasn't just like a spliff. It was like, let's say 2 ounces. He did miss his flight and had to rebook his flight. They took him out, but nothing happened. They just sent him on his way. So now Coke, that's a different story. And again, that would probably be depending on the amount and kind of stuff. So if you're searching for that kind of thing, the party drug in some of those places are pretty easy to find it. And again, you're playing at your own risk on the whole drug thing. We got to talk about bribing a police officer. Got to talk about it. I'm not promoting that you should do that, because all you basically do when you give money to a police officer is reinforce that behavior. And I don't know if we really want to do that, but it is kind of a thing down here. But I don't want to reinforce it. But sometimes if they're telling you this bill, you're speeding 80 miles an hour or whatever, and this bill's $300. If you're going to go that route, and I'm not telling you you should do that, just do this. In your best innocent gringo voice, go, "Oh man, I don't know Costa Rica. Is there any way we can just take care of this now? That'd be great." And go for your wallet and act like, like it's just, that's what they do here. You play that like, I don't know. And if I don't think they would go, "Your officer offering me a bribe." Then you would just go, "No, I just thought if I could take care of it here." So just trust me on this. I'm not telling you what to do. I know what I would do in this situation. I don't want to reinforce it for the police officer, but I've made videos about this back in the day where I was kind of like, I'd rather give the policeman a little bit extra money for him and his family than, maybe the government. But I've kind of since changed. So you got, again, this is at your own risk. But if you go that route, just all you got to do is say, oh man, can we take care of this here? That would be great. And you don't got to give them that much, just so you know. All right, I've changed my stance on this as well as I'm getting older. Anybody, you know, I've traveled all around. I've never got traveler's insurance. I've never done it. I'm taking the risk, man. That's kind of what I do. But as I get older now, what's changed my mind a little bit is working. Now, a lot of you guys, if you're just watching for travel tips, you don't going to know what I'm talking about. I work with the guy that works in the medical dental tourism field, and he's kind of a guru about all that down here. And we've done the stories where gringos, like maybe you, have had an accident down here, and it can go very south very quick and at a very, very expensively. So if you're older, or you think or you think there could be this much of a chance that something health thing could happen to you, get traveler's insurance. All right, and even you younger people, I know you won't do it, but some of you younger people that you're doing some adventures, you're going on adventures, you're rappelling, you're gonna be jumping off cliffs and shit. Might want to consider it, because I got videos about this. We've talked to people that got stuck here with all kinds of issues. You can see the videos, and the money racks up big time. And I'm not going to get into any more than that. So consider traveler's insurance. Now let's talk about gay people, black people, and women. First, gay people. They don't care anymore. That was a thing maybe 5 years ago. They might tolerate it. I'm not sure how much they accept it always, but they do tolerate it now. It's not really a thing. So you can be gay. You can probably even hold hands anywhere. They just think you're a tourist doing a tourist thing. I would say be respectful. If you're going to be doing gay stuff, you know, like you're making out at the pool, make sure you're staying at a gay hotel. I mean, don't be doing that at a family hotel and you're doing that. I mean, that's just not respectful. I actually don't even like to watch that from straight couples. So you're gay, you're fine. You're fine. So that's not going to be an issue. Black is not an issue either, so you can travel around, you're fine. No one's going to discriminate against you. All right, so you're cool. Women, if you're a solo traveler and you are a woman, you're going to be safe. If you have any common sense, you're going to be fine. Obviously, you don't want to be walking the beach at 11 at night. And if you're going out, you want to go out with your, people you meet along the way. Hey, y'all going clubbing? Can I go with you? You're not going to walk the streets. You're going to take a cab to a club, take another cab to the other club, and a taxi home. All right, so women, you can. I know a million of them that have traveled Costa Rica by themselves. And we used to do couch surfing back in the day, man. We had a lot of solo women travelers, and they did good. They were fine. They were fine. Common sense. Now, I do need to say this. I don't know if this, is going to make sense to you, but I think it's pretty safe to travel alone in Costa Rica, but the fact of the matter is, when bad things happen, when things go south, when the news, the big headline is such and such murder happened, it's somebody that was alone. Okay? So take that as it is. I think you're safe, but again, common sense, all right? Stay away from, this is commonsensical, but I've seen this so much, and it's probably the only reason that I put it on the list. Keep your ethnocentric comments to yourself, man. Don't be telling a waiter, if he did it this way, this would be better. This is the way we do it in the United States. Don't say that shit, man. Don't be mocking. Don't be making fun. You're down in their country. You're doing the things they want. You're doing the things how they do it. Don't be that gringo. That is so unbecoming, and it embarrasses me to no end. So keep your United States stuff up in the United States when you come to Costa Rica or wherever you're coming from. You have your culture, they have theirs, respect it. All right, you're going to love Costa Rica. You're going to love Costa Rica. It's beautiful. Everybody loves Costa Rica. It's the most beautiful island in the world. Did you hear that? Do not buy property. You and your wife, you're having a great time, you're walking the beach, and all of a sudden it's like, honey, wouldn't it be cool if we just had this place overlooking the beach? We can do it. We could do it. We have the money. Don't buy property. This is a whole romantic feeling. When you get it back into the real world, you'll be like, what the fuck did we just do? We just don't buy property, nothing. No land, no house. Don't even go looking for houses the first time you're here, okay? And you think, you might be laughing about it now, like, well, we would never do that. Well, guess what? When you get down here and you see how it can, Costa Rica can just wrap its arms around you and go, aren't we the most beautiful country ever? It's not hard to kind of go, you know, we should, if we just buy some land now, we'll build on it later. All right, don't do it. Don't do it. Sunscreen and mosquitoes. Sunscreen, you know, you're 10 degrees from the equator, man. Equator, 10 degrees. Don't mess up your vacation right off the bat. It's so, have you had a bad sunburn before? You know how bad that sucks. Sunscreen, mosquito repellent. Now, if you're around me ever, you won't need mosquito repellent because all the mosquitoes bite me. And there are those kind of people, and I have friends that mosquitoes never bite them. But you want to be prepared, so have your mosquito repellent. I know you guys are all about, let's do organic. I want salmonella, not salmonella, citronella. Citronella. Now it doesn't work for me. I need DEET. I need the strong stuff for me. But do you, but mosquito repellent and sunscreen, don't forget it. All right, don't fall in love here either. This is about the buying the property thing, man. Don't fall in love. You're not gonna find your next wife down here as you come down here. But you know, you're going to the. This is the funniest thing ever. So, guys go to the club and you know, some 10 or 11 girl comes up and starts dancing with them, and the guy's thinking, yeah, I must be looking pretty good tonight. Yeah. No, you don't. She's gonna rip you off. She's either a prostitute or she's gonna rip you off. And this goes for both gay and straight. Both gay and straight. I've seen this in real time happen. I've seen this in real time. So be very careful. Now, the women and even in the gay world, the gay thing, the people that you're meeting are party people. You're not meeting the respectful people of Costa Rica. Why aren't you meeting that respectful girl that you've always wanted to meet? Because she's back with her family. She's back with her family, having dinner and doing family things because she's a respectable woman. So the women you're partying with, you know, at the bar, be careful, be careful. And again, this goes for gay and straight. So the guys are players, man. So when you go on that rafting tour, women, and you're like, man, that guy's so cute. He knows he's cute. Trust me, he knows he's cute. And you will be another notch on that belt if you're not careful. So that's enough about that. Now, just real quick on your hotel room. Let's say, you know what? Nuh-uh, this guy's my match, man. I'm bringing him home. I don't care. Again, gay or straight, bring him back to your hotel room. You better have your hotel room bolted down, man. You better have your shaver locked away, your money, your passport, your computer, your phone. All right? Don't forget I just told you that, right? What else? All right, that's all. I got a bunch of bonus tracks. I got some quickies. I know this video is going long, but again, you'll never have to watch another one. Souvenirs. You buying souvenirs? You're not buying souvenirs from Costa Rica. These places that have 73 toucans that all look the same, carved out of wood, they're from China, man. They're from China. Now, if you just want something to represent your time in Costa Rica, hey, go at it. But if you want to help the locals, the actual people that are artisans here that make artwork, go to those places and buy their, you know, their artwork, their wood stuff, their jewelry. But when you go to these massive souvenir shops, just say, thanks, China, because it's not from Costa Rica, man. What's this? Oh, just did you know that you can go to a grocery store and buy one of anything? You can get one stalk of celery. You can go up there, you have a headache, go up to the cashier and ask them if they got some aspirin. You can buy one aspirin, two aspirins, two lozenges, one lozenge, cold medicine. Up at the where they ring you out, or you can buy one apple. You can buy one of almost anything in the store. Most people don't know that. Manuel Antonio, you guys going to Manuel Antonio, man, this is a thing, and you're gonna have to be aggressive on this. You go down to Manuel, it's all gonna make sense when you go down there. You're gonna see people that look official. They look official. They're telling you, hey, go here, you need to turn, you need to stop. Where we're talking to you, no, you don't need to stop. They're trying to get you to park in their parking places. They're trying to make money off you. Go past all those people, and actually, you could even flip them off as you go by. This is a total scam, and there's a bunches of them. It's not just one person. They're doing, and they'll get right out in the road on you. Like, oh no, you need to stop. No, you don't. This is Manuel Antonio. I know other place does this. Manuel Antonio. You do not have to stop for those people. You don't have to listen to those people. They're out for, it's not necessarily a scam. I mean, they might find you a parking place or something. Oh, we're going to watch your car for you. You don't gotta stop for these people, all right? That's Manuel Antonio. Riding the public buses, I've seen this happen in real time. Take my word for it. If you're using public buses and you tend to sleep on the buses, if you're putting your luggage in the overhang up on top of the bus, use one of those sturdy zip ties and tie it to the bars of the bus. I've watched this. They wait for you to fall asleep. They'll actually, they usually work in tandem. They'll take it right off the rack and go off at the next stop. I watched it happen, and I already knew it happened. So one of those nice ties, wrap it around, especially if you fall asleep on the buses. They don't like slamming doors, man. If you want to get back to any taxi driver ever, or anybody you don't like, slam their door. They hate it. It's almost like you hit them in the face. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if this is, well, it's a cultural thing because they're all like this, all the men, slamming doors. But if you don't like your taxi driver and you want to get back at him, slam the door. If you're on the beach, don't wear your shirt. It's all right. Go shirtless. But when you come to places like La Fortuna, I see this all the time. Ticos are too nice. It's disrespectful to walk around town without your shirt on. It just is. I know. You're like, man, we're on vacation. Be respectful. On the beach, do it. It's fine. But when you're in towns that have nothing to do with any water around, put your shirt on. All right? If you do have a problem, like let's say you have a rash, you don't know what it is. Maybe you're feeling a little hot. You think you might be coming down with the flu. You don't know what this bite is. Go to the pharmacy first. Don't go to urgent care. Pharmacy, they have doctors that are there, usually at the pharmacy, and they might be able to take care of you there, and it's going to be cheaper. So, pharmacy. You people that are big into Airbnbs, just make sure that Airbnb is really where they say it is. They might put, like in here, I see it all the time because I used to be in the world of Airbnbs. The Airbnbs in Fortuna, no it's not, it's 30 minutes away. Now, you might not care. Some people like, I want 30 minutes away, I want to be private. But some people weren't expecting that. They thought they could walk into town. So make sure your Airbnb is in close proximity to where you think it's supposed to be close proximity to, all right? And the other thing about Airbnbs, if you know Tico culture, they got this thing called Tico time. They're kind of on their own little timeline, so, and getting a hold of them can be tough. So just on the Airbnbs, just know that, well, you were going to meet me to let me in at 4, that they might come at 6. Just if you're doing the Airbnb route, which is big here like it is everywhere, so you can find really good bargains on Airbnb. All right, so yeah, that's it, man. All what this comes down to is a lot of common sense. Use it and you're going to have the best time ever. And again, some of that rental car information is huge. You definitely want to do that if you're renting a car. Yeah, common sense is going to go a long way. Let me thank you, or let me ask you guys that have been here, or if you have more tips like this for people, please write them down. Leave comments. Where did I miss something? I'm sure I did. I always miss something. All right, so please leave it. If you like this video, please thumbs up it and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hey guys, I'm Mike Long, Travel Costa Rica NOW.com. Peace, guys. I know this helped. You don't even have to tell me. I know it's good. All right, things are going to pop up. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, especially Costa Rica, always do your homework and research, and there's no place to better start than our videos. All right, man. Have fun in Costa Rica.